Good morning, good morning, good morning, or afternoon. It's Ruth Marquez, your favorite realtor. Welcome to the Ruth and Relationship Show. I am your host, Ruth Marquez, aka your favorite realtor, aka your favorite credit specialist, aka your love negotiator. I help men and women get into quality relationships that lead to quality families, that lead to quality communities, that leave quality legacies. Let's build. I swear I only got that like right 5 times. Not mistakes. How are you? Welcome to the show. If it's your first time, welcome to our show. Like I said, we're here to help men and women on the relationship path. Today's topic: stay-at-home wife life. Is that even possible? Stay-at-home wife? Is that even the thing that we can do nowadays? Who's a stay-at-home wife? Who has a stay-at-home wife? Who wants to be a stay-at-home wife? Because it's reality and it's fantasy, right? And the fantasy is that's why I want to do the show, because I want to um debunk some of these fantasies. Where are you guys watching from? What state are you from? What country are you from? I want to debunk this. So there's this girl that went viral. Okay. First, let me put a disclaimer out there. Okay. I have been a stay-at-home wife. Okay. Maybe 7 years, 7 to 10 years of that. I mean, I think you're still a stay-at-home wife if you have a part-time job. Like if you do something really light, I did that. But yeah, my jobs were not really like a career type of thing. So I did that for like 10 years actually. And it wasn't like something that it was by default. I always tell the young ladies, when it's baby number 2, stay at home is what you got to do. When you get the baby number 2, staying at home is what you got to do, because you don't make enough money, right? He already needs your income. The way we moving out in these streets, he already needs your income so y'all can have a good life, right? So now somebody got to give up their income, and when y'all have that baby, okay, fine. You either pay for childcare and go to work and give most of your money to childcare, or and if you have that second baby, you stuck like Chuck. I ain't noticed, so I'm telling people that free game. All right. So now, being a stay-at-home wife is something for me. I had to come to grips with. They ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna be. I, I, I'm quasi. I'm like quasi. Like they don't even see me at the office. I'm like, I got my own home office. I got my own stuff going on, right? Or my office. And I just work from home, and I feel like that is the new if you're talking about the future, if you're talking about the new rules. Thank you, Stormy. New rules, right? That's the move for me, because I don't think I could ever just stop working, stay at home with children, because I was like this. That's awful. Some of us is like our brains be going so fast. Like I'm over here, I'm supposed to be watching the kids. I'm over here drawing communities. I was drawing real estate development. I didn't even know what I was doing. I was building schools. And I was doing all types of stuff, just dreaming. I was like, one day when I'm actually have some money, I'm gonna do some stuff. So as far as career wise and all the stuff that I've invested, I'm gonna still be able to do those things. So it's just not going to have the same ring to just stop everything and stay at home with the children. But some women, now a ton of y'all that called the Kevin Samuels show or watched it, every single time that rest in peace Kevin Samuels, every single time that the woman was like, he asked this question. And by the way, it was stacked. Okay, it was like leading the witness. He says, "Will you do you want how much of a percentage that you want to carry? Like you have to carry this amount of weight financially, right, for the lifetime of that marriage. How much do you want to really be responsible for? You got doctors, you got lawyers, you got accountants, you got all these professional women talking about after I have my kids, I don't want to be responsible for nothing more than 30%, 20%, 10%. It was always those numbers. So now, um, every single time I have not met, was it one? They said, would you have to? Some women were like, you know what? I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do 50-50. But that's about it. Right. So thank you for liking the video. All right. So, and make sure you subscribe, by the way. Oh, by the way, we are actually getting, if you know anybody in Pennsylvania, Delaware, or Maryland that wants to buy a home or fix their credit, or credit is all 50 states, let us know. All right, let us know. Let me get no comments. Hey, Anthony. I'm about to show the comments. He says, good afternoon, beautiful Rose. I always say the emojis. Yes, thank you. Make sure y'all like the video so YouTube can show it, guys. Congratulations to Team Ruth and I for hitting our first 10K in views on Instagram Reels. Yay! Yes, it was too funny. And then by accident, I was like, I had played the video all loud in front of these white people. It was like, it wasn't me. At the doctor's office. It was funny. All right. So now, thank you for the likes, guys. So, hey, Jason. Oh, shout out to Anthony. Shout out to Jason. I had a thank you video to everybody that contributed to the show. We appreciate you guys. Let me show you a comment. Hey, there you go, Jason. All right, check us out on YouTube if you want to see what's going on. All right, my YouTube channel is Ruth Marquise, Marquis. All right, so back to the stay-at-home mom thing. Like I said, I for what I want to do and where I want to go, I personally don't want to be a stay-at-home mom because I'm kind of already am, right? Like I'm kind of already going with the flow. Like I could kind of do the video right now and cook a pot of rice and like I move around. I'm very flexible and we can work from anywhere we are. Okay, so I kind of already do that, and I'm all around the kids. So my lifestyle is more so, it's not a corporate lifestyle. It's more so what time they get out. I got to be there. Like this show ends when I pick up my daughter. Like, you know, when I got to go get her, I got to go. Bye, y'all. You know what I mean? So I'm around the clock. All right. So these women were professional women. So in my mind, I was like, I could not believe what I was hearing when I was listening to the Kevin Samuel show. Right. Kevin Samuel show. Right. And it was like, so wait, y'all went all the way to school. Think about it, y'all. We went to college, y'all. We paid good money just to be like, as soon as I have kids, I don't want to do this no more. What? Anthony says, my ex-wife was a stay-at-home wife, mother for over 10 years. I stopped going overboard financially when I saw and felt that I was not fully appreciated. Anthony, I'm sorry that happened, but I have a video that you're going to want to see. This woman was talking about how to welcome your husband home when he comes from work. And mind you, she was working. So I was like, ooh, this is stay-at-home wife life day. Okay. So for the women who are thinking like those women that called into the show, and you're thinking that being a stay-at-home wife is for you, and you are a man and you feel like, okay, when my kids are here, or now I have kids, I want my woman to stay home and we have to work. He said, I need to see the video ASAP. Absolutely. Hold on, let me get there. How are you guys? Hey, Instagram. So first of all, what I want to say about men, like you had to make a certain amount of money for this to work, men. Okay? Men, you got to make a certain amount of money, or how you're going to be family of 5 on $30,000. And she's not a budgeter. She's not a couponer. Listen, I went to extreme couponing, yo. I was like, I was trying to do everything I could. I started a whole daycare. I was finding all types of stuff that I could, that I could to make the situation better. But one thing I was not doing though, the one thing that was a deal breaker, this is why y'all need to talk. I was not going to get a 9 to 5 though. I was like, the devil is like, so you mean to tell me, mind you, I'm like 22, 23, 2 kids. And I was supposed to go to work. And like I said, I always tell the story like, yo, they was paying me like $650 after 2 weeks. So I was supposed to give up $400 a week on childcare. That the math don't math. Okay. He says, I think women should have independence. Is it Kevin? Independence. Okay, so independence from what though? So women, I'm telling you what the independent women are saying. They are independent. They are doctors, they're lawyers, they're accountants. This whole thing went full circle. They told us when we were young, go to school, get your education before you get married, before get your money right. Just for the women to be like, I don't like working. I know I'm a professional. No, come on, somebody. I just want to do this when I feel like it, you know. Or she loves her career, but she's not handing. Let's act like this is the paycheck. She's not giving you the dollars. She's like, sir, I went to work for this. This is mine. You can go ahead and pay the bills over there if you want to. So absolutely. Uh Pascal says, right. Right. Okay. So women should have the right to choose. Me and my belief in women's rights. Okay, I don't consider myself a feminist. Right. If I was going to be a feminist, I'd be first wave. When it is right to vote, right to equal opportunity, equal pay, all of that good stuff. The part where we got to act better, we're better than men, and men have to kiss our feet and kiss the ring. That I don't like that part. Now, if you love me and you want to do that, I'll take it. All right now, but I'm not going to exalt myself over men, right? So, I think that women should have the right to choose. Here is the problem: a woman should be able to choose to be a stay-at-home wife, or stay-at-home woman, or stay-at-home partner if that's what they want to do. But it seems like they're like, oh, is that all you're going to do? Is that all these hating women that gotta, they don't like their job. They want to take a woman's right to choose. She can choose to be a stay-at-home wife. There's nothing wrong with that. And is that not even better for your kids? Yo, I'm gonna keep it 100. I think I picked up Emmanuel yesterday, and I was like, bro, he started, whoa, I don't know what they let you do today at daycare, but we're not doing that. No, I'm joking. We're not doing that. Okay, I got with Crunk with him real quick. Like, cut it out. Are you kidding me? He says the deal breaker for me when the meals and sex stop. Oh no. It got so bad that I was doing my own laundry. I have no problem fully providing for my husband. However, it must be reciprocated. 1000% Anthony. All right. So this is the part that I don't want to miss. When you're a stay-at-home wife, it is a job. You have to treat it like it's a job. So I went through different phases of it and was like, oh, okay, I'm staying at the home with the kids. Why do you want me to do this? So I was young. Listen, I was young enough, right? Why? He said, being a stay-at-home wife, a mom and wife is a huge job. Absolutely. It takes a toll on your mental health when you're talking to kids all day. When you're picking up after kids, this is the biggest thing that bothered me is that I just cleaned up. What do you mean y'all just went and tore it up again? Are you kidding me? Mind you, they're 2, they're 3, they're 5. So it's not like they're doing it on purpose. But I was just like, in my mind, like, you're better than this. You're too smart to be picking up. And honestly, if my maturity set in, it was like, yo, they not going. Oh, don't do that, Rue. They're not going to be this little forever. My daughter just went to the prom. She's about to go to college, right? One day, they all got old enough, even though I started over like a dum dum, but it's okay. I needed my boy. One day, they all got old enough to go to school. Unfortunately, how long did it take? It took like 8 years, 10 years to stop having kids and pushing them to school. Yeah. So yeah, stay at home wife mom is a huge job. And I think women think it's time to put up your feet and relax. And really it's not what it is. And men, because they work so hard, this is why society kind of set us up to like that's kind of like a fail because when men come home, they want all this peace and all that. She's like, I've been at war all day myself with these kids. Right? And she needs a break. So now, if y'all not understanding each other, she's gonna be like, because she got the kids all the time, and he wants to relax. So it takes a lot of mature. I feel like you have to be more mature to be a stay-at-home? I don't know. This is a hard one, because if you're a working woman, that's another thing. How can you do all the things that a stay-at-home mom can do when you're at work all day? So now you don't work. Maybe y'all work the same amount of hours. This is where it get real hard, right? If he work more hours than you, that's cool. But y'all both been at work and y'all not sharing the responsibilities fair enough, it becomes a big problem. So communication and just actually having to love, care, and sacrifice for one another is the only way you're gonna win that one. The only way. So if you can appreciate her, okay. So this is what I would say: if the whole meals and the sex stop, that's absolutely no. That you can't do that. That's crazy. Because the money didn't stop. You should have been like, I ain't paying the mortgage no more. If you gonna stop, get put out. Why in the, I had to put myself in a man's shoes. And if anything, the women, if you get anything, it's like just learn to put yourself in a man's shoes. You are yo, maybe because y'all haven't been head of the household. When you come home and you've been working and you brought all of you went to work, you bought the groceries home, you picked up, you put it in a car, and then everybody leave the groceries on the floor and everybody leave the house a mess, you feel some type of way, ladies. Y'all are flip out. Okay. And that's how men are. It's like, yo, I did my job, I did my part, and now I don't get that love reciprocated. It seems like it's one way. And that's what I'm working on, trying to make women understand that it can't be just one way. We have to put ourselves in his shoes. I have not given up on love and marriage. I know my queen is out there somewhere. I learned some valuable lessons from my past and clearly know more of the do's and don'ts going forward. Absolutely. That's good. I'm glad that you have not given up on love, Anthony. Please don't. There's women out there that will appreciate a good man. Do she have to maybe bump her head? Do she have to maybe have a horrible job and be like, you know what? I think I might just work it out with a man. Maybe she might have to go through some stuff to get to that point, right? But y'all will get there, and I believe that love is out there for you, Anthony. Absolutely. So, with that being said, women have a right to um choose to be a stay-at-home wife. We don't disrespect women like that. It could be for the as long as the kids are little, or it can be when the kids are older. It all depends. And one more thing before we start the video: if you're a stay-at-home wife and if the money ain't moneying, if the math ain't mathing, and you got to go get a part-time job, honestly, your job is to fill in all the gaps as a woman, and it might be super duper hard. Men, love on your woman extra when she is working, when she is cooking, when she is clean, when she's doing all of these things trying to make this work so that the main income is unaffected. Appreciate her. You know what I mean? And maybe sometimes men have to look at themselves too and say, you know what? Did I check in with her today and make sure she was in the, some women are always going to be in a bad mood, but just make sure that we are connected. So by the time I get home, we already connected. I already know what's going on with her. I already know how we gonna get to that place, because women they gotta work up to that moment. Okay. So yeah, after there's no food and no sex, you might as well go. Just leave. Just go. Exit stage left. Okay. Y'all need to go. So yeah, there's his comment. Yeah. His queen is out there. He's your queen to be. All right. So now we're gonna go into this video. All right. So let me prep you. Okay. This lady gonna say some crazy stuff to some people. It's crazy to some, but to the men, they're gonna like it. The women ain't gonna like it though. I'm gonna tell you right now, the women ain't gonna like it, because she's going hard about her man. Hard about her man. Okay? Here we go. Let me hide this.
We can have a conversation about it. Now, subscriber sent this from DL Hoogley Instagram account, but it looks like it was reposted from the Just Pearly Things TikTok account. So shout out to Just Pearly Things. Now, the young lady in here is talking about how she married a high-value man and became a housewife, which is interesting because I have known D.L. Hughley to be a half feminist, right? He's got his pinky toe into the feminism from the things that I've noticed about him. So it was interesting that he's posting this up on his page. So let's dive in and let's find out more. Without further ado.
Okay, Allie, show me your ring. Oh, here. Now tell me what you do for a living.
Oh, I love my husband.
And how did you get that awesome job?
Well,
did y'all hear that? She said, "What's your job?" "I love my husband." Guys, disclaimer: if you are not a high value man, then it's probably going to be a struggle to do this because you have to have enough money to take care of your wife and do this on your own and take care of whatever kids all on your own without breaking us. Well, you're going to break a sweat, but you know, that's what it's going to be like, okay? And then after that, we got second video.
A better human being. And, well, I became a better human being, and I became feminine and also shocking, submissive. So.
Stop. She said she became a better human being. I don't think that, I don't know how to say it. Okay, maybe we could say that society teaches us to be kind of selfish and narcissistic. And she's trying to say that I wanted to be better. I wanted to think about somebody else. I wanted to pour into somebody else. And I think that's what she's saying about being a better human being, right? Not just being about me. It's me. It's all me. If you don't give me what I want, I'm going to explode. I got that from Michelle. This lady said that. I was like, oh, she sounds like a toddler. You don't give me what I want, I'm going to explode. I'm going to explode. She's like, you need to make your ex-wife change your last name. Do it now. That's what she means. She means I don't act like that. Then she also says, I became submissive, right? Now, listen, we did a couple shows on submission. All right. We started with how we refute. Like 10 would be rebellious, and 1 would be please blank twice. If you need help, ma'am, blank twice. You always want to keep a little bit of autonomy in you because every person is not going to have your best interest at heart. So yes, you can be submissive, but you can't be submissive to any man because some men come to just play with you and take from you. You get what I'm saying? But if you realize this is a good human being and he also listens to you, you can give up a little bit more of your power, but I wouldn't say give up your whole brain, because if it was supposed to work like the man was supposed to think for us, then as soon as we get married, our brain, God would have made it that our brains would merge as one brain. But our brains are not one brain. Is it not? No. So the same way men are like, yeah, be submissive. They won't even take a small suggestion. If you saw the show yesterday, episode 141, when the women had a long list of what they want from a man. And then I was like, well, the men's list was short on purpose because it normally is. But then I said, well, you know what? I want a couple more things on the list. Just because I suggested, okay, that men could do some kind of wrong, that guy went off, right? Because he didn't want to take any kind of accountability. That is not somebody you should submit yourself under, or you're going to submit to the gun, right? Like you're going to be like, I gotta go. You have to be smart about it and not really be like, oh, well, yeah, just because you make a lot of money, I'm going to listen to whatever you say. That's the only thing about this video, is that she seems a little too much like, I work for my, you'll see what she said. I can see how it could get cringy for y'all. I can see it was like to me. So I know it's like to you. Okay, I could even take this. I can walk down this lane, right? But I'm dodging the alleyway. I'm looking for the boogeyman. One day y'all gonna understand Ruth Denise. You really are. You really. I believe in y'all. I believe in y'all. Here we go.
That was the secret.
So, what are your tips to women that
Being, and I became feminine and also shocking, submissive. So
right. So she said shocking, meaning she already knows. She's like, listen, I already know that that y'all not gonna like what I have to say. Shocking, submissive. That's a, you know what? We could say all types of curse words, but the biggest curse word in America right now is the word submissive. I'm gonna say it again. We could say all types of curse words, right? You could say anything you want right now, but the word you can't say, that's the biggest curse word, is submissive. You can't do it, right? What's so awesome though for the men is that if your woman is submissive, but you, as she's giving her power to you, then you're also leaning into what she wants, and that will make a dynamic, powerful couple, and a great. She'll be happy as well. She's happy. This submissive woman is happy making you happy, but also she's happy when you're making her happy. I feel like if the man is one-sided, this could be a very bad combination. But that's why the Bible told the man to love his wife like Christ loved the church, meaning Christ laid up his life. That's what y'all missing. Jesus laid his life down for the church. Are you willing to lay your life down? And she's being submissive. Now, there's some guys, honey, if the car was coming, they probably push you in front of it. I love you, baby, but you got to go. If it's him or you, baby, it's going to be you. That is not what you give back a woman that is submissive. You supposed to lay down your life for her. That's what it says. That's what it is, and it's fair. Because what? She's laying down her life for you. She's laying down her I gotta have it my way for you. Now, the way to make this easier, men, is if you're a very wise man. It's not that hard to be submissive to a wise man. I'm gonna say it again. It's not that hard to be submissive to a wise man, because you're going to already think that his ideas are good. You're already going to feel it in your intuition that he's leading you in the right path. But if you detect that a man is foolish, you cannot be following this man in any kind of way. If a woman says, wait, what can she say? Like, oh, like at any point where you're saying you're married, I'm married, but I'm not going to listen to nothing my husband says. Ma'am, just sign the divorce papers now. I said it. Just sign the divorce papers now. Oh, thank you. Anthony says you are an excellent communicator and mentor. Thank you, Anthony. And guess what? I was not the best housewife, okay? I was not the best one. I grew into the position, right? I grew into it, but I could have, I wish I did it better, you know? Only maturity makes us understand where we are with it. But then when I did step up and I gave it, that's when I realized, like, oh, I'm being submissive to the wrong man. That's a problem. Just like I said, you don't want to wake up one day be like, dang, I'm already married, and I'm married. You know, I'm not married to the wisest or the smartest or the I'm married to a foolish person because they keep making bad decisions. This is why, and this is why I feel it on both sides, y'all. Y'all have to understand where I'm coming from. I feel when women say submissive to who, because they've been dealing with lower level men that don't make good decisions. If you deal with a man and make good decisions, you're gonna be sounding like this chick. You're gonna be getting your your Stepford wife on, like, yes, baby, sure, honey, yes, sir. Like, cause he's gonna be making good decisions. You're like, ooh, have you ever had a conversation with somebody and they you like the way you talk and your ideas, but then they add something else to it? You was like, ooh, that was good. That was, you smart. I like you. You are so smart. When you get that moment and you're with that person, that you're like, you know what? I can deal with this person. I don't have to challenge him on every single thing. And when I'm not sure, right? I told my daughter was like, hey, I gotta put that on the screen. He said, I've excellently communicated from inside. Thank you. She was like, she was like, because I was in my mind, I was like, look at all these guys at her school. They was working, and I was like, ain't no women over there, and they keep saying they want equal pay. I was like, ain't nobody digging these ditches and going to the ground, right? They just want the same job like as a CEO. Like they want the highest on job. I ain't mad. I would want to look pretty and make good decisions too. So she was like, no, Mom, that's a guy. I mean, she's like, there's a girl right there. I was like, no, that's a guy. There's a girl, that's a guy. There's a girl, that's a guy. I said, okay. I said, well, Mommy, I turned, and when we turned, I was like, so? She's like she knew it was a guy. She knew I was right. So my point is, I was like, Mommy doesn't never, if Mommy stands on it, if Mommy's passionate about it, she knows she's not wrong. I would not stand on something and I'm wrong. If I'm unsure, I'll let you know. If you have a confident man, if you have a smart man, if you have a well-read man, it's so much easier to be like, babe, you know what? I'm not sure about this. So I can come to you and know that I'm not going to be hit over the head, right? When you find out you're right, you're not going to beat me over the head and say, well, see, I'm right, right? Because you're used to being right, right? Or you might tell me that you're not sure, but let's go in this direction anyway. And guess what? Submission requires trust. So you have to trust that man. So now he has to have a resume of reasons why you should trust him, because he did this and that and that and that and that. Some men, they want to be with a woman, but they don't have a good resume. Your resume, you just got out of jail, sir. I mean, I'm no knock to anybody that just got out of jail. Go rebuild your resume, right? You just got out of a divorce yesterday, sir. Go rebuild your resume. Go rebuild and show me that you are rehabilitated. Other than that, I'm not wasting my time because I did my work. Why would a woman that does her work become submissive, becomes feminine, more feminine, and then be like, well, yeah, I'm gonna just choose a person that's way behind me on the personal growth? Absolutely not. She's grown into her position. She's grown into what she can get. So it's about the way she words it is kind of like direct, because her man probably really direct with her. She's like, I work for my man, and I became feminine and submissive, and I don't care what the hell y'all have got to say, and I cover it up, and and she don't care. Just like if somebody was like, oh, if you a pick me, I don't care what you say. I don't care. I'm gonna get all the results I want in my life, honey. You'll just watch. I'll let you know how it is, though.
That was the secret.
So what are your tips to women that want to be a housewife?
To embrace it. It's an actual job. You just can't get it in the public or private sector. Like you need a man to hire you for it, but that's okay. Because if you think about it, you submit to your.
Ooh. Wait, what she said though, it wasn't just surface level. It was kind of deep when she said it, right? At first, when I heard that, I was like, ugh, cringy. You need a man to be able to get this job. But think about it. I want women to think about this whole thing in a different way. Okay? Yeah, hold on, because I don't want the phone to die. Tell me it's plugged. It's not plugged. You're not plugged. You're not the plug. Hold on, y'all. All right. Now, think about a man in a different way, y'all. Come down this road with me. Okay? Come down this road with me, because some of y'all really want this, and I'm gonna help you a little bit. Okay? Think about a man in a different role. He is putting himself ahead and front as a shield from the world, from the clocking in, from the clocking out, from the underpay, from the people don't appreciate me, from all the stress that you can go through, just so you can be a stay-at-home mom. He'll do it with joy if you treat him right, right? If you don't, if you find a way to reciprocate, it's difficult to reciprocate, and that's why this next video is going to be great, because these are ways you can reciprocate. It's just that we don't like to do these things, right? But if you are not bringing in the money he's bringing, you got to find a way to pay him in a way that he would value the most. And it doesn't matter what anybody see. It's me and it's you right now, lady. It's me and it's you. Wherever you are, don't nobody know what we talking about, sis. If you want this, you can get it if you do what he is asking you to do. He's going to want you to do things that your girlfriend is going to say, I can't believe you would do that for a man. It ain't nasty. It's ethical and moral. Relax. But society will tell you that you are his slave and you are this to him and you are that. In reality, a man is a slave to a woman and when she's a stay-at-home wife. Y'all don't believe me? Okay. Single mothers, single fathers. Are you not a slave to your kids? Do they not just get, they worse. Wait. Kids are worse. At least stay-at-home wife. At least stay-at-home girlfriend will be cooking and cleaning and doing whatever she got to do and looking nice and smelling good. Them kids gonna stink. They ain't gonna wash. They ain't gonna eat. They're gonna be sitting in their room doing nothing, propping their feet up, talking about why I gotta put the groceries away. I ain't talking about nobody here. I'm just talking about who I'm talking about, right? They are the worst. But are you not the slave of the kid? You gotta keep providing for this. I asked a guy one time, I said, "Do you want my kid?" He's like, "Some mother effers are so expensive." He said something. He called his kids a mother effer, and I was like, "It's all girls." Like, wait, what? That's how they take all your money, they eat up all your food, right? Hit the like button, okay? Y'all are working for your kids. That's why you need to be single as long as you can, so you won't resent your kids. You ain't gonna have no fun and you ain't gonna have no money and you're gonna be working for them and they not gonna be reciprocating nothing. When the last time kids reciprocate a gosh darn thing? Hey, Keisha. She said Key has entered the chat. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, honey. Are we not slaves to our children? Please hit the like button if we're slaves to our children. Till they become 18, you just want to get in the butt like, go. You want to run things, go run your own place. Go pay rent, go pay mortgage. Bye. Right? So yeah, if you are a slave to your kids, she said we are. Hey Vestia, I love it, guys. All right, wait. Let me make sure. I completely forgot about Facebook. Oh, Facebook is here. You're right. She said it's not fair. All right, come on. Parents, tell me, how does it feel? How does it feel to be a slave to your children? That you have to work nonstop to make them kids happy? How does it feel when you have to when they're not doing what they need to do? Keisha says not fair. Right? I'm able to show your comment. It's not fair. All right. Right. And I understand why you feel like it's not fair because it's not like they were like, Mom, hi. Like every now and again, you get a I love you and a hug. You get a Mother's Day card, right? But now flip it to the men and their wives. Men will say it's not fair that a woman has options. She get to choose a man with more money than him. She gets to she does. She get to have things a little easier in life for her. I had to come to the realization. I was of the mindset that women got it hard. We got it hard. We got it hard. And then I was looking at it like, but then if I'm a man, I can't get cute. I can't men can't wear lipstick and change their hair. Right? I was walking to the Home Depot. I'm late today. He was so daggone loud though. He's like, my gosh, you're beautiful. I was like, oh, that's embarrassing. I was like, thank you. I appreciate it. But I was like in my hoodie, my hair was everywhere, right? And I was like, you know what? Men don't get that. They don't get people appreciating them and saying nice things to them, even if it's loud. It's okay. I'll take it. I was like, in that moment, I was like, man, if I don't look crazy, and he was like, nah, says you don't look crazy. 60 something guy, right? All right. So back to the point. It's not fair because men have to work till the day they die. Well, not till the day they die, till the day they retire, okay? Give them that. But women don't have to do that. Women are not exercising their options because society told them that they have to go to work or they're not bringing value. Think about who started it. I want you to come in here with me. Come a little closer. Who do you think started Valentine's Day? I know y'all like Valentine's Day. Who do you think started Christmas? You should give your family gifts or you don't love them. Oh, you should give your girlfriend chocolates and flowers or you don't love them. Right? Or you should let your wife go to work or you don't love her. Give her independence. Let her be free. Independence of what? You go from one master to another. That job get to run your life worse than a man would, because at least he will work around the family. Job don't care. They will destroy your family if you let them. So it's very important that we understand that we have this option. We can do that because we're women. Now, you might be going down that road too long and you in your career and you like it, and that's your choice and that's your option. But let's not knock these I won't call it homebody, but these stay-at-home wives. Here we go.
Who makes you clean stupid shelves at your retail job, right? Like you need a man to hire you for it, but that's okay. Because if you think about it, you submit to your boss who makes you clean stupid shelves at your retail job, right? Like, wouldn't it be better if you were cleaning your
Now, let me ask y'all this. Do you submit?
You know what I mean?
Do you submit to your boss? Do you submit to your boss? Anthony says, excellent points. Do you submit to your boss? See, women, we got to stop being offended. I was so proud of y'all yesterday. I'm telling you, clap, 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 clap. Stop being offended. We're not offended no more. The women had their list. They was proud about having a long behind list. The men had a short list. A couple women got offended, but it was okay. I was proud of all my women. I was like, look, we didn't get offended. We know we're a little demanding. It's okay. And we want it all. All we can get, we want it all, right? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Men want it all too. They want boobs. They want this. They want that. The men's list really should have been longer, but they will settle down. Us, we want it and we want it now, right? I want it now. I want it now. So anyway, she says you have to get a man that will actually offer you this position. Then you have to be able to offer him what he wants, which is a feminine woman and a submissive woman, and definitely fit. She's small, right? So, and listen, it's not, you don't have to be the tiniest one either. If you are feminine, I seen some bad joints, okay? And they were not that, they were not the stick at all. But they dressed it up. They were feminine. They were when she walked in the room, you knew what time it was, okay? That kind of woman, all right? Hey Teddy, how are you? So men get they fight over a woman like that. They're like, I'm getting her. They don't want somebody like, I'm gonna challenge you on every time, all the time, every time. But a little challenge is good. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't be 1,000% like a yes man. No, you can't be a yes man all the time. You have to challenge him. You have to like, hey babe, I see that such and such and such and such. Guys like that. They do. The guy that wants you to never ever disagree with him he's gonna be a failure. He may be a financial success, but he'll be a personal failure because all he wants is somebody to say, yes, you're doing a good job. And you know how that goes with celebrities, right? Something going down.
And your boss wants to sleep with you in a good way.
The way she talks, y'all gonna be mad. I didn't say it. But like I said, you have to get a man that is willing. Every man is not willing to pay for everything in the household. Y'all see real estate prices. You know I'm your y'all see how the prices have gone up of everything. Milk, eggs, bread, sugar. You're gonna leave all that on that man. And you say you want a good life. Some of us is not taking it to chance. I'm not taking a chance. I'm gonna keep working. You can stay home, right? But that man has to say, I'm gonna take on this responsibility, and I'm going to, I'm gonna do the hard stuff that you don't want to do, even though I don't want to do it either. I used to think the men want to do it. Like, I used to think they want to, but they don't. Some of them don't. Some of them love working,
In a good way.
She said, and your boss wants to sleep with you in a good way. It's funny.
I'm going to piss a lot of women off because of this particular video. Why? Because this is completely against the feminist agenda. See, for feminists, they actually shame women like this because they tell women that you can have any choice of whatever that you want to be, except if it's under the leadership of a man. It's ironic that they push that at the same time that they push kind of equality of opportunity, because if a woman wants to be a housewife, why not support them in their choice to decide for that particular?
And let me tell you this. Something happens, okay? Something happens when you have a child. You just pushed out a child. I don't care what FMLA says, okay? You are not going to want to leave your baby at 6 weeks, at 12 weeks, at 15. You're not going to want to do that. Even at 6 months, that baby is still small. And that baby is like, it's kind of heartbreaking when you think about separating with your child and you have the option to stay home. Who would not take that option, right? Oh, I gotta go. I don't want to lose my career. Da, 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 da. Like you can always, your child is always going to be just this age at a certain time. You know what I mean? Like that's it. Then they're going to be older, and the moment will pass. So women have to learn how. Remember the fall back? I used to say like you got to learn how to fall back. And there's nothing wrong with taking care of your kids when they're young. Now, when they get older, they're in school, and you want to go back to work and all of that. Nothing wrong with that either. But a woman should never, ever be shamed for staying at home with their kids. I don't understand that. Oh, you're staying at home wife. There's nothing else. That's it. That's it. Like, I don't get a break. One time I left, story time. I left this. I had to leave the state. Okay, it was bad. It was getting bad for me, right? So, hold on. I had my kids for 1 year straight. No babysitter. I had a babysitter one night. 3 children, 3 girls, by myself for a year. I said, I don't want to do this no more. I got used to it, but I was like, wouldn't it be better if I was doing this with somebody? They do have another parent. So I went back, child. Hook or crook. I was like, I'm going back because of these kids. You're going to watch these kids. I ain't doing this by myself. Yes. Okay. So it takes a mental toll on you. All right.
Opportunity. But see, feminism isn't about equality of opportunity to a certain point. I would say the third and the fourth
cherry
grade
picking.
are more so about power. You see, they complain about equality of opportunities when it comes to the top layers, so the top positions within our country. But
by the way, he's red pill. So I mean, I kind of warned you guys that I listen to people that are different viewpoints. I may not agree with everything they say, but I learn more from them than people that are just going to yes man me to death. So.
In that same junction,
I'll let you know
they don't complain about the lowest. So they complain why there's not enough women CEOs, but they don't complain why there's not enough women bricklayers. And the irony within that is simply fascinating, but that illogical
we don't want to do it
still is ignored by most men and women that don the I am a feminist flag. The other interesting thing that she said was like, listen, I had to become a better person because she understands with all of the imagery and the media that is pushed down to her as a young girl. She's taught to be strong, a boss chick, independent, show your skin. I mean, look what she's got on. If that's not a conservative woman, if that's not a conservative wife, I don't know what is. But see, she understands that.
I think she's doing a little much, though. I mean, I get that she's conservative and all that, but this is where people be like, and then she get cheated on. Sir, like these men, they don't want you to just be like, he don't want you to be like having your cheeks out when you're wearing booty shorts, but keep it cute, keep it a little interesting for these guys, because if you dress like a grandma, sis, you asking for trouble. I'm sorry. So you can't dress like a grandma, but if you're going to be having your legs out to be like all this out and like too much skin is going to be, an issue. And he's not around you most of the time. He's at work. So he's going to be afraid that, men have access to you. So you gotta kind of come to an agreement with your man. But if you really peep it, you be like, oh, he like you and I just sexy. I'll be all right, right? So I think you can take a little bit and leave a little bit in there. Like somebody said earlier to me, you have to chew the meat and spit the bone, okay? Because at the end of the day, while his wife is dressing like a grandma, he could be sitting here looking at all these other women, okay? Still be married to her and still be looking at other women. So you got to remind him what you got, sis. I don't know, tell you.
There's not strength in being sexually liberated in this directionless, boundaryless society. No, she understands that of the guy that I want, What does he want? And if he wants to hire me into his kingdom, into his castle, then I need to be a better person. I need to be the best version of myself. I need to be a product in the dating or relationship market that he wants. What does she also say?
So the problem is women don't want to hear it's about what the man wants. What about what I want? And I hear you, lady. I do hear you. But you get to choose the man that you want to give access to your body. You get to choose who gets to have your baby. You get to choose certain things, right? But he has to choose who he wants to give this so-called position of home, either wife or stay-at-home wife, right? He has to choose that. So if your boss gets to choose who he wants to be an employee, you have to also, and I'm not saying your man is your boss. That's not what I'm saying. She's saying that, not me. But if a job was hiring, they would want to see certain qualities about you. Can you handle yourself in certain areas? And what do you like what are your skills, right? Your skills are not the job that you go to. This is where being feminine comes in. April Mason was just saying how men need that feminine energy, right? That's why they go to strip clubs and because they want to and do business deals because they're in that creative energy. They need feminine energy. It's a good thing that they need feminine energy. Give them what they want. Give them feminine energy. It's something that is deep inside of you anyway. It's something that's going to make you happy anyway. But how would you know if you never did it? You never done it, sis. You don't know. You know how happy I get after I get all ready for the show. I'm this is gonna be an amazing day. I'm smiling, right? Versus when I went out with the hoodie and I was like, this is rough. I had a bad attitude. I wasn't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna hold you, right? But I still put my little lip gloss, try to look as presentable as I could. All right. So these things matter. They do.
Say within that, I became feminine, and then I also became submissive. Trigger words.
Hit the like button for me, please, YouTube.
She learned it. She figured it out. She got herself a man. Let's move on.
Sometimes I don't like that.
Where do you meet these men?
Well, I think women should work for the men that they want to pursue.
Now she's giving you a strategy.
But it's really easy.
Let me tell you something about white ladies, okay? Love me some white ladies. They know how to spot a man with money like you could never believe. Ladies, let me talk black or white real quick. Let me talk black, white. Black women, y'all so blinded that, oh, he ain't got no swag. Oh, he ain't got no confidence. Oh, he didn't talk to me in a certain kind of way. I need him to be rough with me. Y'all so focused on things that don't matter. Meanwhile, the white women are like, he's smart, he's hardworking, he's ambitious. You know, maybe we can go to a different store to get him some clothes, but she's gonna work with that man, right? They know how to identify the up and comers. That's what you need to focus on. If you focus on, oh, and he's gonna treat me good, he's this and that. That's why they like the white women love the black men because they know black men treat women well. Like if they do, right? I know you're gonna say, oh, black men don't do this and they don't do that. The lower level ones, yeah, you right, sis. Okay. But when it clicked in my brain, like, wait a minute, Ruth, you had to pick the most extreme men. That ain't that fault. That ain't all black men's fault. That's my fault. But when you really look at it, I said I could have picked the average of any guy would have been nice to me. I picked the wrong ones. I mean, wrong. Okay, because I was going for the grandiose, or I was going for the quiet guy in the corner that ain't going. I was going for the wrong things. I didn't know what I was doing. Right, and then when I finally look, based on character, not money, then I was like, oh snap! All of a sudden, there's all these sweethearts coming out. Y'all be some sweethearts, okay? I was like, oh, look at them. They're so romantic, right? So anyway, you gotta know what to look for in a man. You have to study men and you have to know you and know them. If you know you yourself, what you want, Because I was like, when I was on the scene, I was like, I know exactly what I'm looking for. Every single time, that one didn't measure up. That one didn't measure up. That one, I was like, I don't like this. I don't like that. I know I need this. I know I need that, because I took the information from my previous relationships and I said, this is what I love. This is what I hated. This is what I need. So I knew exactly what I wanted. So I can spot it so fast. You'd be like, whoa, why she so fast? Because I know what I want. All right. So I said all that to say that some women can spot, or they strategize and position themselves to be in a right place. You keep saying, where do I go to find high value men? And she is saying, and that's why I say we're two conversations. High value men is one conversation. A quality man is another conversation. So don't mix those two. High value man can give you a job. A high quality man cannot give you a job. You might have to work. All right. And it's okay. I think anyway, we did a whole show on how to value a good man. You got to watch that. All right. So if you want here, say hi. If you're watching this on a replay, hashtag replay, hit the like button. Thank you.
So if you think about it, like, you want a lawyer, right? So then,
that's what she said. Okay. So she said, go get a job. She said, strategic. Okay. This is why I like these, because I know now that I have proven to y'all that I'm not crazy and I know what I'm talking about. Okay. I told you that when you go to college, you should go to the best colleges, because you can find you a man up in that college. I didn't say marry him at 22. I didn't say that. I said, this is not what I said. This is what the researcher said. She wrote a book on it. What was it? Marry Smart or something like that. Yeah, Marry Smart. And she was saying how the women, they just keep a contact, stay Facebook friends, and when he's ready, men get married when they're ready. When they're ready, and whoever's around, they choose from who that person is. If you're still around, y'all still cool, that he's already knowing who you are. Oh, that's Ruth from back in the day. I had a crush on Ruth back in the day. Now that I got myself together, I want to be with somebody that I know is going to see me and not look at just my money. Is that making sense to you guys? You can put a one in the chat if it makes sense. Okay. So now she's saying, take it a step further and go get you a exact job of the kind of man you want. So if you want a doctor, you got to put yourself around doctors. Okay. So, or if you want a dentist, be a dental hygienist. I got to go ask my cousin, is her husband a dentist? She definitely was a dental hygienist. And he definitely makes some coin. Okay. She just proved her point. She stays at home with 4 children. And I was like, what happened to dental hygienist? What happened? She's like, I don't got to do that. My husband. So it's a beautiful thing when you actually honor the opposite sex. Men honor women, women honor men. Instead of fighting them and telling them they ain't nothing, they ain't no good. Y'all crabs in the barrel, stay down here. We're going to have this higher level conversation. When y'all ready to grow up and mature and get in this higher level conversation, I hope I'm not offending anybody here, because I know smart people watch, smart people follow, and smart people grow, right? So she's saying, position yourself into that job, or position yourself and go into college with those guys and get to know those people that you go to college with, because you're never, ever, 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 ever going to have 2,000 men that you can pull from that is, they're smart enough to be with you. I was like, yo, sis, she was giving the business in the book. I was like, yes, they're smart enough. We like smart men. So, and she's saying, go even further, get a career. Like, if you are working at a daycare, sis, what guy you if you're working as a teacher, what guy you're gonna marry? Like, teachers marry each other, do they not? So to find a high value man, stop worrying about where. I mean, you can't reverse time, but for the younger women, stop worrying about where to meet them. Do I go to the horse track, or do I do go to the golf club? And she's saying you can position yourself from the jump. He will look at you like an equal from the jump because you're in his environment. All right. We have any questions so far? All right.
You should be a paralegal, or if you want a dentist, then you should be a dental hygienist. But these are considered, I guess, high value status professions. But I think that's a really good model that not enough women utilize. Because women will bully the woman who is the secretary that marries the doctor, okay?
Yes.
But who has the last laugh? Like her in her McMansion with her husband who's high and the babies. Like that's who has the last laugh.
Listen.
Did y'all see Suits? And he ended up being with the girl Donna. Spoiler, okay? He ended up being with the secretary. She knew him like the back of his hand. The back of it. He actually made decisions. There's some women that high value men, they don't work well without her. If you put yourself in that position to be always in the decision and in the knowing, and guess what? He was always ordering, hey, Donna, go do this, and Donna, go do that. What if Donna was like, oh, I'm Harvey, I'm not your slave? But it was okay because they was at work. See how that works? Y'all okay with being bossed around if you're at work, if you're getting paid for it, if you're getting money. So will you think the stay-at-home wife don't get paid? She's participating in all the work, the laborers. Hit the like button. The labors of her husband.
Yeah, it's not the haters that stand up on the sidelines and continue to be cat shepherds, continue to be single ass aunties. No, they have a short term gratification of the whispers and the drama and shit like that. But like strong minded women don't give a shit if a single woman calls her a pick me. They do it out of shame. They do it out of trying to insult you.
I don't give a flying fouchette. Who calls me what? I don't give a flying fouchette. That's a fork in Creole, Haitian Creole. Who says whatever little name? This is why y'all don't even have the guy, because you calling him a nerd. You calling him a geek. And then he bossed up and owned the company, and now you want to call him, hey, remember back in the day, we went, come. That guy's not talking to you when you looked him over. Wait, did y'all see what happened yesterday? Y'all should watch yesterday's show. I got cussed out because I looked him over. I was like, sir, I wasn't even in my DMs in that year. Leave me alone. He was mad. I was like, what is all this extra energy? Anyway, yeah.
Projecting their own choices and decisions upon you because they are upset.
You said whoever around. Okay, so all right, remember that song? If there's a question of my love, you got it. And Seinfeld was like, getting married is like, he says a roller coaster ride, but then he said something about the planets. He says, whoever's been orbiting around you, whoever's in your around, who's been around, okay, whoever that man knows at the time that he wants to get married. He can't marry somebody he doesn't know, right? But whoever is around, who has stuck by him, that's why sometimes they get married to the woman that stuck by him. Whoever he has access to, if you bump into him, if you meet him, that's who he marries when he's ready to get married. So some people will be like, oh, I just saw this online. She said, I was his girlfriend, full-time living girlfriend for 5 years. And now you're telling me in 6 months, he is married to this new girl? It's because he didn't want to get married at the time. He either didn't want to marry you or he didn't want to get married. But when he wanted to get married, whoever was around, that's who he chose from. But the other stuff applies too. The feminine part and all that stuff.
They go to sleep alone at night, or they are upset that they don't got a man to mow they goddamn lawn, or they are upset when they can't open that tough ass bottle. And honestly, I like what she said.
We can open bottles. We don't like putting out the trash. We don't like fixing the car. We don't like washing the car. Some girls get the man to put the gas in the car. I was like, ooh, that's new.
The idea of being able to work for a man, and honestly, that's a kind of a double entendre if you think about it, because to work for means, like for me, for example, like let's say I was looking for a young lady.
Now this is where he goes into his red pillness. So I'm gonna ask you to please excuse his what? This is attitude about this kind of stuff. He really is like, yeah, y'all bitches work for me.
Right? And I'm like, listen,
not this guy. Don't get into this
much, guy. But cook for me, clean for me. But also too, do you got editing skills?
Cook for me, clean for me? Okay. Submissive women, they're not gonna be like, oh, I need you to cook for me, clean for me. It's like, listen, I know my job. I know what I want to do. And we both work. So we're gonna figure this out together, sir. It's not just gonna be me doing right? So when he says cook for me, no, it's cook for us. We have to keep the house clean. So you have to be careful, women, of men that only think about themselves. There's no we in their conversation. There's no we in the building. There's no we in the future. It's just what I can get out, because they are takers. Period.
That would be of extreme benefit to me, to us. You understand what I'm saying?
All right. So Keisha says, wow, good point. Whoever was around goes the same for relationships. Yes. Sometimes, yeah. When they finally get to the point where it's like, okay, I'm ready for a relationship. Who's around? So that's why you can't force them. You can't force them to, oh, I'm an excellent woman. I'm an amazing woman. It doesn't matter if he still want to run the streets and put his thing in any hole that he finds that he likes. Then you are never getting that guy to commit to you. He's not on that type time right now. So what does it say? The Bible says, don't cast your pearl before swine. He's in his swine phase right now. Okay, why swine? Because it's you don't want pearls in the mud. You don't want them. You don't want your pearls to get dirty, sis. So be careful. That's why when people say, I want to go with the flow and all of that stuff, swine. You ain't ready, sir. If you're not ready, I don't want to stare. I don't want to stare in 6 feet. You're not ready? They be like, yo, she's a little rough. I was like, you not ready? What? Before we go on a date, are you serious? Right? Are you a serious person, or you just want to go with the flow? I get into it. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, you go with the flow kind of guy. If he know the answer to that question, he might dupe me. But I'll ask him. You know how the Target, when you was getting a job, they ask you 3 different ways the same damn question. I'm gonna ask you another way. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. But if you're not serious or you're not looking, oh, thank you. Anthony says excellent point. If you're not looking for real, move on, bruh. I don't need food. I'm good. I'll go cook dinner. If I have to cook dinner myself, I will cook dinner. Do not waste my time. I am not a hungry girl. I am not a hungry girl. I am not hungry for a man who is not serious. Okay? Thank you.
But then also, I think what she means in that double entendre statement is to work for it, right? So, like, if you understand what a guy wants, what are you doing to get on that programming? How are you working towards that, right? If I'm going to apply for a job, as hard as...
Well, first you have to know what a guy wants. First you have to, it can't be so hard for you to understand, like, oh, well, this, okay. You know what it is, y'all? Okay, I think this is what it is. Because since we control sex, right? We control sex and we control carrying a baby. But our standards be way low when it's time to have sex. Or maybe you're one of those girls that, she said, I couldn't just imagine. She said, I couldn't imagine somebody on top of me that I was not attracted to. Well, maybe your standards are fine, right? But your standards should have been even higher because he's not committed to you, right? If a higher standard would be him being committed to you. You want to play with your standards. You decide all that. The men are not playing with their standards. If you want to be their wife, they're like da 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 da. You want him to go, no, da 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 da. I want you to go down, lower. Lower. So it'll be easy for me, or I can qualify. And he's like, oh no, only the top one. They're competitive. They only want the top one that competed for them. If you don't even think it's a competition, you already lost. Because there are other women. There's always other women. He ain't gonna tell you that. He's not gonna tell you there's other women that he considered in his mind. If you smart and you thinking, you be like, it was other men that I considered being with. There was other men that I had to consider before I decided on him. And he was the better choice. So I went with him. So therefore, why would you not think that's the same way on the other side? He has other women that he considered to be in a relationship with, that he considered marrying, but he, for some reason or another, he was like, no. So if you feel like you don't need to bring any good qualities, he should just pick you just because you're awesome. Because what is awesome? I don't know. Just awesome. That's not a good enough answer. What's up, Tim? And Kelly. All right. Whew.
I have worked to be within corporate America, as hard as I have worked to be a YouTuber, as hard as I have worked in order to do that, the countless hours that I put in the gym in order to be successful, can modern women today say on average that they put as much work and as much time in ascertaining the ring on their left finger?
Now, I gotta stop you right there. So yesterday, I had to clean out my phone. I went through memory lane when I said I could see when I was, oh, hey, how are you? He says, hey. When I could see, I'm like, yo, I had a lot of weight on me. I was going through a lot of stuff. I had a lot more weight on me and I didn't even know it. And I started working out and I worked out so, like, if I put in together all the days that I worked out, I'm like, yo, I look like a totally different person. The people around me was like, yo, you're getting like too much higher on the level. He's like, yo, you're not the girl that I once knew. Like you're going way above and beyond what I thought. So he thought he was gonna. I was attracting garbage, right? I was attracting on a lower level, right? And it looked like it was promising, but that would be meaning that I was going to go for potential. Okay. But the guy, see, guys, they're okay with messing around when you're not looking the way that you want them to look. Oh, she got the face, but she don't got the body. Oh, she's kind of fat. Oh, she's this and that and the third, right? So once I started dropping that and started eating better and working out more, and I started seeing the weight fall off, I put a lot of hours in the gym. A lot. I'm looking at all the videos. I'm like, dang, girl, you used to sweat so hard. You don't even do that now. Now I sweat in the sauna, right? I'm too fancy now. So I'm like, I don't even have to do it. I'm just trying to maintain it. So I'm still trying to lose more. But my point is, I put a lot of work in the gym. I put a lot of work in on root and relationships. Okay. I put a lot of work. I was producing, but I was not editing videos. Now, as soon as I start editing my videos and putting them out there and releasing them on time and all of the stuff that I want to do, boom, that's when you saw the 10K and the reels. Because I know what to do, but I had to put the work into it. A lot of us women, we don't want to put, and I just said this to a woman yesterday, we put all this work in our careers, but we don't want to put the work into dating. We're waiting for the man to come, and then we want to put all our energy into that man. No, if he wasn't, and the way I think, if he wasn't like 1 of 5, and I picked the best 1 out of 5, then you know what I mean? And I'm not talking about sleeping with people. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about talking to people, considering them, getting to know them, and then deciding, oh, that's the better one. Now you good. So if you go out and see one house, the first house you see, and you want to pick that house, if something go wrong, you're like, I should have looked at more. I should have got to know more. But if you already picked from what was out there and you pick the best one that you could find, it's a different kind of response. That's what we have to do as women. We can't just be like, oh, the next man that come around, I'm gonna love him so good. I'm gonna do. What if he's not the right one for you? You did all that for nothing. And that's when Stefan says, oh, women don't get played, they play themselves because you know better, but you just keep going down that dark alley and you know you got a bad feeling that he ain't the right one.
99.9% of modern women cannot say that. And I wonder why. Most likely because there's a culture that tells them, irrespective of how much they work on shit, they are the prize. They are queen, sister, mother, cocoa butter goddess. And all that other bullshit. Let's see what else you gotta say. Okay, nothing else.
MTR.
Come on, be nice just to her. Pearly things. Thank you very much for providing fantastic content to be able to have a discussion.
He's very tall, and I saw him in like when you get the full body. I was like, oh snap! I thought you was a little boy. He came out of the whole man. I was like, okay, let me.
And believe the person who's being recorded is not just just pearly things, but shout out to you, mama.
All right, so that was that video. All right, so now we're talking what home. All right, I never put the title in. Sorry, housewife life is a topic. Housewife life. What do you think about that, Tim? A woman being a housewife, is that even possible anymore? Or do you feel like, oh, it takes 2 incomes? And this comment. Okay, we're good. All right. Make sure you hit the like button if you're watching. Now, let me give you a little bit of this homemaker that she says a black homemaker, but I'm like, she said she got a job. I'm like, you doing all of this and you got a job, sis? Women, yo, once we get our job, you like, this is me back in the day. I'm working now. I'm working. He be like, who made more money, huh? Who made more money? That is not the point. I still have to work hard. Right? I hate that. I mean, don't ever say that to a woman. She wanted to help you. Now she's like, all right, mother, like, wait till that check come. I ain't giving you nothing. Remember, I ain't make no money. You good. That's the resentment. You got to watch it. Some of these guys, they think they have all the answer, and then they come with their cocky attitude with their woman. And just like the men, I tell y'all, men will retaliate. Women retaliate in their mind too. So y'all gotta be. That's how y'all be fighting mentally. You don't even know. All right. She said this is how to welcome your man. How to welcome your husband home. Okay. How to welcome your husband home. All right. Now let me give y'all a little taste of it, and I'm gonna let y'all go. So, you say you want to be a housewife, but let me tell you, if you want to, let me say this. I just talked to my team today, and I'm like, listen, we going for the gusto, team. I told them to go, and they said we could be bigger than that, Ruth. And I said that's the spirit. Whatever you do, ladies, men, if you're gonna be a husband, men, be the best husband that you can be. Women, if you're gonna be a wife, if you're gonna be a wife, be the best wife you can be. And she is giving some tips I ain't never think of. Well, I ain't gonna say none of it, but the way she put it is like, okay, I wonder if the men. I'm about to release a video today, a reel, and it's gonna speak to this, so you'll see it. Basically, it's saying like, when you're doing certain things and the man comes behind you, and he loves stuff like that. Cleaning.
2 weeks ago, and then I kind of just get my house in order, get my family back on track. So while I was filming today, I thought it would just be great to just throw out some videos I've been kind of holding on to that I've been meaning to get out anyway. So with that being said, today I want to talk about 7 different ways that we can welcome our husbands home. So if you know me,
I have said on the show that I have learned that when you hear your man or your husband, when you pick up the phone, always pick up the phone with, even if you're going through it, give him a nice warm energy. Okay, picking up the phone. All right, these are not tips that your mom gave you, a grandmom. They should have, right? They didn't do it, maybe. But when he comes home and when he is on the phone with him, try to receive him well, because you don't know what kind of day he's having. All right, so these are the little tips she got. I'm gonna run through.
Always ranting, I'm always raving about just my husband and how great and how wonderful he is, right? Because if we don't praise him, if we don't have a reason to, uplift him or compliment him, why are we even with them? If you don't really honor and love those things about him. And I totally respect, totally honor, totally love my husband. So, and I think that's important that we pour that love back into him, right? Because
all right, remember what Anthony told us? You have to reciprocate. Reciprocate. This is called reciprocation, ladies. You want to be a housewife? Even if you're working, try to implement some of these things. You have to do everything. Sometimes I feel like we feel like, oh my gosh, y'all wanted to do this. Y'all want me to do that. Y'all want me to do this. Y'all want me to do that. What is the man gonna do? He gonna bring home that money, girl. His money's for the bills.
Can easily make it seem like men don't need love, men are hardcore, they don't have emotions. Guys, my husband is totally the opposite. He loves, he accepts all of that good loving, all those, all these little things that I'm going to get into today. So let's go ahead and jump right in.
She has feminine colors on. So she has, I wasn't even paying attention to colors, but I'm just naturally like, gotta wear something, yellow or red or pink or something like that now. But I wasn't like that before. I was all black all the time, and pants every single day. But yeah, she already looked the part. So I don't know if she does it for her husband or just for the video. but that's
I like to welcome my husband home is by doing the dishes. Who wants to come home to a dirty house, right? I know sometimes when I get off work, sometimes I even get started right away because essentially it is my job. You know, I do like to consider it as a part of my job or part of my day, I should say. We definitely tackle the dishes together. He's definitely not one of those husbands. He will get in the kitchen, he will scrub the floors, the toilets, and everything.
Now, how bad are you going to feel when he went to work and now considering both of y'all may have challenging jobs, but and then he has to come at home and do all the chores and everything like that. You wouldn't want him to do that anyway, so y'all got to figure that out.
His family, so as long as he has a clean canvas, I can pretty much get whatever I want. You can work 10 plus hours, right? Especially in the kitchen because hubby is the cook in the family. So as long as he has a clean canvas, I can pretty much get whatever I want to eat.
So listen up closely. He cooks. So that's already not gender roles. He's the cook. She's the cleaner. So she's making sure that everything is clean. So he will want to cook, which is being considerate and understandable, right? Considerate and understandable, or understanding, I should say. And a lot of men have to consider this. Some men be like, what do you not do? Do you not like to cook? He's like, I don't know. I might have to cook. If my woman don't know how to cook or don't want to cook, I'll cook. I was like, for real? That's nice. But it's the ones that don't be having low level thinking, be like, she got to cook, she got to clean, I'm like, what does she have a job? What does she
So number 2 ties into number 1, and that is to tidy up the bedroom. So guys, I don't know about you, but our bedroom, our master bedroom is definitely our sanctuary. We do everything up there. We have a nice little couch and like a little table and chairs. Like it's just one big open kind of master bedroom. We like to utilize the whole space. You know, we have the master bed, we have the couch again, we have our TV. Maybe your husband has like a little man cave.
So she's saying clean up, protect his space, right? Protect his space, meaning don't let the kids play in the thing. I wish you would say greet him with like a friendly greeting. There's some more stuff that goes on this list.
Gravitates towards all the time. Make sure you protect it. Don't let the kids go all in there.
You ever had your man be like, why you let the kids touch this? And I'm like, what is I supposed to do? I didn't know.
Just smell that Lysol or for when he gets home and just wants to relax as well. All right, my 5th way is to have the house smelling good. So when I get off work, because we both work, so when I get off work, I love to just walk in. I love to just smell that Lysol or the We Love Fabulous. That smell. And hubby knows to just light one of my candles or to just amp up one of the plugins, you know. And he knows that I love to have that smell as well. He doesn't have to tell me. Sometimes I have to remind him, like, baby, you just, you know.
So they do it for each other. So I want y'all to not look into. He says, "Hey, how are you?" Don't just look at her doing so much for a man. He's doing stuff for her too. He's cooking for her. That's a partnership. He's putting up the smell goods for her, and she knows he likes it too. So I think the point of this is do things. This is how you have a bond relationship, okay? Do things for your man, ladies, that you know he likes without him having to ask you for it, and be consistent about it. He's going to appreciate that. Now imagine him working, paying all the bills and all, coming home and all this stuff, and then he's like, oh, she remembered this, she remembered that. That's appreciation without saying, oh, baby, I'm going to kiss your butt today. Oh, you're great. You're amazing. You know what I mean? Because y'all don't want to do that stuff. So that ain't nothing to make the house smell good. To light a candle? How long does that take? 10 seconds? 30? 1 minute. 1 minute to make the house smell good. Because you know he's coming. I thought that was a good tip. That's a good tip.
Light a candle for me, let that, you know, aroma start to go, spray some Febreze, something like that.
Now, do you guys think that being a housewife is still a thing that can happen, or that's like dead?
But I automatically do it for him. Even before he walks in the door, I'm like spraying in front of the door, you know, just so he can have like that.
Everybody's gonna have their own things that they do.
They keep his favorite snacks and drinks stocked. So if your hubby is like mine, he is a beer drinker. It doesn't matter what beer, it doesn't matter if it's an IPA.
Well, if you're already doing the groceries, that makes sense to go get his stuff that he liked. But certain things is like, ain't nobody tell us this. So that's why YouTube is good, ladies. Go down this little rabbit hole.
Whenever he wants to reach for it, whenever I can get it for him.
And listen, you don't have to do everything. You just have to find, okay, I'm going to do number 2 and number 7 because I already like to bake. Do things that just already comfortable for you, right? And then try to go out of your comfort zone anyway, a little bit more. That's not doing backflips for a man. That's just making somebody happy who's going to do nothing but make you happy in return. Not for a trifling dude, not for a cheater, not for a manipulator, but a good man. And she said, try baking.
I'm not a big baker, guys, but I will so go to the bakery in a second, especially Walmart's or Meijer's Bakery, because we love to eat our sweets, especially our coffee in the morning. That's like our little ritual that we do together. We like to have.
Yeah, with me, that's not going to be. Like, I'm not going to be buying cinnamon rolls and all of that stuff. Hey, Chuck. So I would say the healthy snacks or something else that is good, but keep healthy snacks around. I think another thing that you can do for your husband is to, he wants to be healthy and he wants to eat a certain kind of way, then keep those snacks around. You don't got to be baking stuff because the next thing you know, you're going to have one too many more. Those guys, guys' metabolism is different than the woman's metabolism, and then they're going to call you fat. So watch it, ladies. Watch it. But I would love to see the comments on this. She said, we need more Black homemakers. I was so against this in my 20s, and now I'm the complete opposite. Chuck says, hi, Ruth. How are you? All right. She said, we need more Black homemakers. Okay. Thank you. I love this advice. Love the tips. So happy I found your channel this morning. Love the video. Excellent message. Love this video. You're so pretty. Love this video. She said, I hope he does more than cook for you all. What does he do for you? I was waiting for this one. All right. So he cooks, first of all. That's kind of like the main thing a homemaker does. No? She just said she has a job and cooking is the main thing. That's like him taking up the chores. Like, okay, so out of the chores, he's gonna pick cooking, and he's good at it, and he pays the bills, sis. What you mean? If somebody said, I'm coming to your house today and I'm going to pay your bills. Wait, the girl was crying over the $50. The guy that gives away money on Instagram. She's like, really? You gonna buy this for me? Oh my gosh. I was like, oh, somebody get her me. They do things for you all the time, right? She was just like, nobody has ever done nothing for me. So stop worrying about what he's gonna do for you and accept what he can do. All right. So she says, I'm new. Do you also work outside the home? And she says, yes. Yes, I sure do as well. And like I said, she may work outside the home, but she may not be pulling in as much money as him. And guess what? She's still submissive. Look at her. This is being submissive in a way because like, I'm going to make life easier for you. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't know who lied and said we can't do that for a man. They don't deserve it. They're trash. They're this and that. They're lying to you. They don't want to see you happy. Okay? Because if you make a man happy, he'll make you 10 times more happy. I'm going to say it again. If you make a man happy, he'll make you 10 times more happy. If you make a man happy, he will make you 10 times more happy. Okay? So he'll find ways things that you can't do. He's actively looking for things to make your life easier and better. And you're going to say, well, what did he do for you? You need to watch How to Value a Good Man because he does plenty for you. Without even pulling $1 out of his pocket, men do a lot for women. All right. And women do a lot for men as well, especially when they bring their feminine energy. All of these things we need to learn and grow as a community. Anyway, any questions? Any comments? How did you guys like the show today? We were just gonna be on some housewife life stuff. I ain't want to do 2 shows about it, so that's the way I roll. I got to be thorough. All right. So, has anybody ever had a housewife before, like a stay-at-home wife mother? Anthony said he don't mind it. He did it for 10 years, but she was not he was not fully appreciated. Now, if she was doing this simple stuff that this lady said, Anthony would not have said what he said because the appreciation is in the action. See, ladies, a lot of times we think that love is the words. No, with men, love is the actions. We want to hear the words and they want to see the actions. Am I wrong, men? They want to see the actions. How do you show your love? So we need to, I think we're good on what the guys want to do. Let's focus on what the women's going to do. Because I can't make them do what they're supposed to do. You just switch the guy. If you don't do what he's supposed to do, switch the guy. He's automatically starting with an A. He's automatically great. We're automatically going to pick a good guy because you're smart, right? If not, redo, recycle, redo it again. All right? That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching the Ruth and Relationship Show. I bless your dating life, your married life, your children. And thank you for watching. See you tomorrow. Ruth and Relationships. Ruth and Relationships. Tell me, can you handle it? It's the Ruth and Relationship Show. Bye. Make sure you share the video and subscribe. Thank you. Bye. Watch from the beginning, y'all.